Oxygen FM 96.9. Inform, inspire, ignite.
Do you want to get the right information on what to do as an aspiring university student? What course to study to land you that dream career path of yours? Getting equipped and well informed. Join the Compass on Oxygen FM 96.9 every Wednesday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. The Compass, the answer to your curiosity.
Ibadan, welcome to Oxygen FM 96.9. I am your boy, your host, Royal Prince, and this is The Compass, your ultimate radio directory for career direction, academic choices, and professional growth. And today is a special edition, my people. Once again, this is Oxygen FM 96.9 Ibadan, currently at Okeado, Ibadan, the station that is here to inform, to inspire, and to ignite you. So today it's a special edition whereby we are reviewing our complete career spectrum across 6 major industries, and these are the careers we've run through for the past 7 weeks. And today we are going to be reviewing each of the career for the parents listening to me right now. For those of us that is tiwantiwa, mo kí yín káàbọ̀ sí Oxygen FM lórí ètò wa The Compass, and ètò yìí ni ètò tí a gbé kalẹ̀ láti tọ́ yín sọ́nà ẹ̀yin òbí, ẹ̀yin tí ẹ fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ọmọ yín kó di lọ́yà, ẹ fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ọmọ yín di agbẹjọ́rò, ẹ fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ọmọ yín kó di dókítà, ẹ fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ọmọ yín kó ṣe àwọn iṣẹ́ alálùbáríkà. Ètò yìí ni a gbé kalẹ̀ fún yín láti tọ́ yín sọ́nà. A máa sọ fún yín gbogbo nǹkan tí ó yẹ kí ẹ mọ̀ látìgbà tí ọmọ náà tí ó wà ní secondary school títí tó máa fi wọ ilé ìwé gíga. Ètò yìí ni a gbé sílẹ̀ láti kọ́ yín, láti tọ́ yín, so that ẹ máa mọ àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tí ó yẹ kí ẹ gbé, ẹ̀yin òbí àti ẹ̀yin tí ó jẹ́ pé ẹ ti kàwé parí àmọ́ ẹ fẹ́ tẹ̀síwájú àbí ẹ fẹ́ yàbàrá sí iṣẹ́ míì, ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ mọ̀ bí ẹ ṣe máa ṣe. Ìwọ tó parí, ó lọ sílé ìwé àgbẹ̀, iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ ló lọ kọ́ nílé ìwé, àmọ́ ó wá ń rò pé ó fẹ́ di auditor, àbí òun wò pé ó fẹ́ transition sí àwọn iṣẹ́ ìgbàlódé bíi tech, website design, ó fẹ́ ṣe software development, àbí ó fẹ́ di lawyer, àbí ó fẹ́ lọ sí iṣẹ́ mìíràn. Ó dẹ̀ nílò ìtọ́nà. A máa ń gbé àwọn onímọ̀ jìnlẹ̀ ní iléeṣẹ́ wọ̀nyí wá sí orí ètò yìí láti tọ́ wa gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ ṣe máa rin ìrìn àjò náà. So ẹ̀yin òbí tí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ mi ní ọ̀sán yìí, mo wá lénìí láti wá sọ gbogbo àwọn iṣẹ́ èyí tí a ti gbé yẹ̀wò ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá lọ. And a dẹ̀ ti wo iṣẹ́ bí ọ̀nà oríṣi méje, èyí tó yẹ pé iṣẹ́ agbẹjọ́rò wà ńbẹ̀, iṣẹ́ agbẹjọ́rò wà ńbẹ̀, àti àwọn iṣẹ́ lọ́kọ̀ọ̀kan, àwọn iṣẹ́ ńláńlá òun la gbé kalẹ̀ wá fún yín ní ọ̀sán yìí. A máa wo gbogbo iṣẹ́ méjèèje èyí tí a ti wò ní àwọn ọ̀sẹ̀ tí ó kọjá lọ. So ìwọ tó bá ń darapọ̀ mọ́ mi ní èní, pé ọmọ rẹ sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ láti kọ́, láti gbọ́. Tó bá ní ọmọ tí ó ti ka ìwé tán, jẹ́ kó jókòó sí ẹ̀gbẹ́ rẹ láti gbọ́ ètò yìí ní èní. A máa sáré lọ fún bírèkì ráńpẹ́. Tí a bá dé, a máa wo ètò ní. All right, welcome back, my amiable listeners, on the Compass radio program. So we are going to be looking at some professions that we have treated for the past 7 weeks. So the first profession we are going to be looking into is the legal profession. That is, we are looking at those that wear the wigs, which are the lawyer. And we have to ask ourselves, what does a lawyer actually do? So that you can understand this career, and then you can know which course your child can study in the higher institution, you can know how to guide your child. So majorly, we'll first discuss what each professions do, what each of them do, before we now give you the roadmap and before we give you the guidelines. So please, you can call on to the studio. The studio line is 070-4700-3969. You can ask questions regarding any career so that I can give you clarity to anything that is confusing you regarding this career. The studio line was once again 070-4700-3969. So we are looking at what does lawyer, what do they do? What do they actually do? And one thing you have to understand about the law profession is that what the legal profession is that a lawyer is a licensed legal professional who is trained to advise clients, draft legal agreement, and advocate for individuals or organizations in legal dispute. So it simply means that what if your child wants to become a lawyer, the child responsibility is that they are going to be responsible to be advising clients. They can draft legal agreement. So companies hire lawyer for different purposes. If a company is sued, for instance, now they need a lawyer to defend them at the court. I hope you are with me. So for instance, now you want to buy a land, you need a lawyer to help you make research. Are you sure that this person has not sold the land to another person? So a lawyer will do justice to ensure that what you are not being scammed. A lawyer can help you to draft agreement. So if you want to draft any agreement, maybe you want to buy something on instrumental basis and you have to draft an agreement, you have to sign papers. A lawyer is there to help you draft that agreement to protect your interest, to ensure that what you are not being cheated. So when your child or when you become a lawyer, these are some of the things you can do. And when we talk about the law profession, we have different aspects. We have different aspects of the law profession. So you have to understand as well, we have the corporate law, we have different aspects of law. So it's not all the lawyer that appears in court. There are some, their own is just to give legal advice. They don't attend to you in court. They don't go to police station. They are just employed in a company to just do what? To just give advice. So these are some of the things you need to understand about this profession. So the question is, what is the academic roadmap? Parents listening to me now, you want your child to become a lawyer. Where will your child start from? And this is why the program is important. So students must belong to the art class. So your child must start from art class. Don't send your child to commercial class. Don't send your child to science class, but you have to send your child to art class, because this is one of the profession that you have to be intentional right from early education. You have to be intentional. So when you get to secondary school, your child have to go to the art class, and then the required subject in terms of WAEC, JAMB always include English language, literature in English, government, CRS, IRS, and any other courses that is related, and any other subject that is related to this particular course. And also when you go to the institution, you have to study law. We call it Bachelor of Law. Different university can have whatever they call it, but majorly is regarded to as Bachelor of Law, and the degree is most times for 5 years. And is always followed by 1 year at the Nigerian Law School. You have to go to Nigerian Law School to pass the bar exams and be called to bar as a solicitor. And what are the essential skills? What are the skills you need to have if you want to become a lawyer, or what are the traits you will see in your child, and we help you to know that okay, this child needs to go into the legal profession. This child can become a lawyer. What are the skills? And these skills are non-negotiable skills. You have to have critical legal reasoning, because you're going to be having a lot of debate. You're going to be looking at situations from different perspectives. You are going to be thinking deeply, because you are trying to defend your client, you are trying to give legal advice. So many things will be tabled before you, and you have to think about it critically. You must be able to have a skills that ensure you can persuade people when it comes to oral presentation. You see, when you see your child, that your child can argue any small thing, he can defend himself. In fact, the child can defend everybody. If it is not the child that is involved in that case, but only by merely hearing the story, the child can instantly pick out the loopholes in the stories. The child can instantly start reasoning beyond what every other person is reasoning and starts connecting the dot of each of the story. So these are some of the skills. You must also have deep research capability. You must have active listening skills, and these are some of the non-negotiable skills. So this is the summary regarding the law profession, and we are going to be going quickly on a short break. If you have any question, you can call to 07047003969. sí orí ètò The Compass. Ẹ̀yin òbí tí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ mi, o nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí kí ọmọ rẹ kó lọ kó ṣe iṣẹ́ agbẹjọ́rò, àbí o ń rí àwọn àmì kan lára ọmọ rẹ, and kí dẹ̀ ni àwọn àmì yìí? Ó rí pé ọmọ rẹ ó láìkì láti máa sọ̀rọ̀, ó rí pé ó ní ìgboyà láti máa sọ̀rọ̀. Eléyìí jẹ́ àwọn nǹkan tí ó tọ́ka sí pé ọmọ yìí lè ṣe dáadáa tó bá di agbẹjọ́rò. Ó tún rí pé ọmọ rẹ ó láìkì, kò nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí ìyànjẹ. Tó bá rí pé wọ́n yan ẹnìkan jẹ, ó máa dúró pé irọ́ òun ò ní gbà kan yan ọmọlàkejì jẹ. Eléyìí jẹ́ àwọn atọ́ka sí pé ọmọ yìí yóò ṣe oríire ní iṣẹ́ agbẹjọ́rò. Àwọn nǹkan mìíràn náà sì wà èyí tí ó lè tọ́ka sí pé ọmọ rẹ lè jẹ́ agbẹjọ́rò. Kò ń ṣe pé ẹ máa yàn ní dandan pé ọmọ yín gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ agbẹjọ́rò, àmọ́ tí ẹ bá rí àwọn àpẹẹrẹ yìí, ọmọ yín ó nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí láti máa ronú. Tí wọ́n bá sọ pé nǹkan báyìí ṣẹlẹ̀, ọmọ yín lè wò ó ní ojú mìíràn láti ti rí pé kíní yìí ò dẹ̀ wá rí báyìí o. Ọmọ yín lè rí pé ẹni yìí ń parọ́. Tí wọ́n bá ṣe àlàyé pé nǹkan báyìí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ fún ọmọ yín, ẹ dẹ̀ rí pé ọmọ yín lè sọ pé irọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ló ṣe rí. Tó láti ipasẹ̀ nǹkan tí wọ́n sọ, ó lè wò ó lè gbé yẹ̀wò, ó lè tún wò, ó lè fi ojú míì wò kó dẹ̀ rí wípé irọ́ ni ẹni yẹn ń pa. Àwọn nǹkan yìí ló tọ́ka sí wípé ọmọ yín ó lè jẹ́ agbẹjọ́rò ní ọjọ́ ọ̀la. Ọmọ yín gbọ́dọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní art class. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ó fẹ́ di agbẹjọ́rò ní tòótọ́, ó gbọ́dọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní art class. Ní art class yìí yóò ṣe àwọn iṣẹ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Àwọn iṣẹ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan tó máa ṣe nílé ẹ̀kọ́, òun náà ni pé yóò ṣe English àti àwọn iṣẹ́ mìíràn. Torí àkókò wa, máa lọ sí iṣẹ́ tó kàn next. So to my listeners, the next career we are going to be looking at is the human resource career. The human resource career, or we call them the HR managers. HR managers. And when we look at the HR managers, what is their role to be in specific? HR, when we talk about HR, this is a field that involves talent acquisition. So in a company wants to hire people. Company wants to hire different talent. The role of HR manager, it must be able to identify talent. HR must be able to identify people that can perform in a particular role. And then we have different aspects of HR. And if you are interested in becoming HR, our guest that came on board that day, who is an HR expert, made us to realize that you don't necessarily have to study a particular course. Although if you study some course, it can give you an edge. However, even though you do not study some courses, you can still transition into HR. And what does this mean? Is that you have to take some certified courses. So if you want to become an HR person, you want to be in charge of recruitment, you want to be in charge of talent acquisition, you want to be in charge of compensation and benefit for staff in a company, you can take courses. You can take courses, and when you take these courses, there are HR courses like SHRM, you have CIPM certification, we have HRCI and other certification. You can check them online, take this course and then start practicing. Fún àwọn òbí wa tó ń gbọ́ wa tó jẹ́ pé èdè Yorùbá, èdè tiwantiwa òun ni wọ́n ń gbọ́, òun ni ó yé wọn yégéyégé. Iṣẹ́ èyí tá à ń sọ, èyí tó sì kejì, èyí tí mo mú wá fún wa ní òní, òun ni iṣẹ́ HR la máa ń pè human resources. Ní èdè òyìnbó HR ni a máa ń pè. And kí ni àwọn people yìí máa ń ṣe? Nǹkan tí àwọn ará bí máa ń ṣe ni wípé wọ́n wà ní ìlànà, àbí tí wọ́n bá wà ní ilé iṣẹ́, àwọn ni wọ́n máa ń gba àwọn èèyàn sí ẹnu iṣẹ́. Tí ilé iṣẹ́ bá nílò awakọ̀ fún àpẹẹrẹ, àwọn HR yìí ni wọ́n máa wò pé ta gangan ni ó lè ṣiṣẹ́ awakọ̀. Àwọn ni wọ́n ó wo ẹni tó lè ṣe. Gbogbo àwọn tó bá sọ pé èmi lè wakọ̀, àwọn HR ni yóò ṣe ìdánwò fún wọn. Àwọn HR ni yóò wò wípé ṣé ẹni yìí ò máa parọ́, ṣé tí a bá gba ẹni yìí, ṣé ẹni yìí ṣé ó lè ṣe iṣẹ́ náà dáadáa. So iṣẹ́ tí àwọn HR máa ń ṣe nìyẹn. And ìwọ tí o bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí kí ọmọ rẹ kó ṣe iṣẹ́ yìí, kò sí dandan pé kọ́mọ rẹ lọ sí bóyá art class ni o, bóyá science class ni o, bóyá commercial ni o. Tọ́mọ rẹ ò bá any class tọ́mọ rẹ bá lọ, tó bá ti ka iléèwé tán, yóò tẹ̀síwájú láti lọ gba ìwé ẹ̀rí HR. Ìwé ẹ̀rí HR pé oríṣiríṣi, àmọ́ ọmọ tó bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí láti di HR, ó nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí láti máa gba àwọn èèyàn sí ẹnu iṣẹ́, ó nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí láti máa yan àwọn èèyàn sí iṣẹ́ tí yóò jẹ́ kí agbára wọn ó yọ jáde. Kò rí wípé kò ń ṣe gbogbo ẹni ló lè ṣe iṣẹ́ kan. Ó ní àwọn ohun tí a máa wò ní ara ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀ láti gbà sí iṣẹ́. Àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí ni HR ni yóò bójútó, òun ni yóò wò. So tí ọmọ rẹ bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí láti di HR, tó bá ti parí ní ilé ìwé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga, ó ní àwọn ìwé ẹ̀rí èyí tí ó máa nílò láti gbà. Tó bá ti gba ìwé ẹ̀rí náà, yóò lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí HR. Iṣẹ́ tí a máa wò next náà ni iṣẹ́ tẹ́ẹ̀kì. Ẹ̀yin òbí ẹ máa rí pé àwọn iṣẹ́ ìgbàlódé ó nílò láti máa tẹ kọ̀ǹpútà. Ẹ rí pé àwọn kan ní ìsìn wọn ó jókòó sí ilé ni, ilé náà ti ń ṣiṣẹ́. Àwọn iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe láti ilé wọn ó jókòó ti kọ̀ǹpútà, wọn mọ̀ tẹ́ ni. Àwọn kan ẹ rí wọn mọ̀ coding náà ń pè é. Àwọn tó ń code yìí, àwọn náà mọ̀ build àwọn application èyí tẹ̀ ń lò lórí fóònù yín. Irú àwọn application bíi TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, àwọn kan ló jókòó tí wọ́n build ẹ̀, àwọn kan ló wà ní ìdí ẹ̀. Nǹkan tá a fi ń pera wa ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀, àwọn kan náà ni ó ṣe iṣẹ́ ọ̀hún. Gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìgbàlódé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń gbọ́ mi ní ilé yín, àwọn kan ni ó ṣe ohun tí ó ń gbé ẹ̀rọ sí afẹ́fẹ́. Àwọn kan ló jókòó wọ́n ń build website, àwọn kan wọ́n ń build application, àwọn kan social media manager. Àwọn iṣẹ́ ìgbàlódé yìí à ń pè wọ́n ní tech àbí software development. Ẹ fẹ́ jẹ́ kí àwọn ọmọ yín kó máa ṣe àwọn iṣẹ́ yìí. Àwọn iṣẹ́ yìí sì gbé owó lórí gidi ní ìsìn, torí wípé ní ọdún tí a wà yìí, àwọn iṣẹ́ yìí wọ́n ń wá wọn. Àwọn iṣẹ́ yìí dẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ́ wọ́n lè ṣe láti ilé, kò di dandan kí wọ́n lọ sí ibi iṣẹ́. Nílé wọn, wọ́n kàn gbé láptọ̀pù síwájú, wọ́n mọ̀ tẹ́ ni. Àwọn iṣẹ́ mi wà orí fóònù ni wọ́n ti lè ṣe. So tẹ́ bá fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ọmọ yín ṣe àwọn iṣẹ́ ìgbàlódé yìí, ara àwọn kan bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti science class, nítorí pé science class yóò fún wọn ní agbára, yóò fún wọn ní ìmọ̀, yóò fún wọn ní òye tí wọ́n nílò láti yege ní àwọn iṣẹ́ wọ̀nyí. Tí wọ́n bá wọ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga, kán lọ fún computer science. Kán lọ fún computer science. Kò ń ṣe pé computer science nìkan ni wọ́n lè kà ọ́. Àwọn ìwé míì wà tán lè kà. Wọ́n lè ṣe àwọn kọ́ọ̀sì míì yàtọ̀ sí computer science. A ní development, a ní àwọn oríṣiríṣi ẹ̀kọ́ tán lè kà náà ní ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga. Àmọ́ tí wọ́n bá lọ fún computer science, yóò wà lára àwọn ìwé tí wọ́n lè kà tí ò fún wọn ní àǹfààní láti di àwọn ohun tí mo mú wá fún yín tí mo dẹ̀ ti sọ sí etí yín. Owó tí ń bẹ ní iṣẹ́ wọ̀nyí o. Ẹ má wò pé àtòrípọ̀ ọmọ yín jókòó sílé, ó ń tẹ laptop, ó ń tẹ phone. Ẹ má wò pé ṣé yóò sì máa rí owó. Irọ́, ẹ má jẹ́ kí wọ́n pa irọ́ fún yín. Owó gidi ń bẹ ní àwọn iṣẹ́ wọ̀nyí. And to my listeners in English, I'm talking about tech and software development. The course you can study in the university includes computer science and some other related courses. Majorly for secondary school, it is advisable that you allow your child to go to science class because of the knowledge needed is really what is really in the field of science. So that's why science is important. However, if you want to transition into this industry, you don't necessarily have to go to the university again. Once you are a graduate, you can take online course, you can go to YouTube, you can watch website development courses, you can watch software development courses, and AI presently is helping people to build. AI presently is helping people to build. Leverage on AI. Ask AI to teach you. Ask AI to tell you how you can transition into some of these course. And the next career we are going to be looking at is the aviation and tourism industry. The aviation and tourism industry. For those that need clarity, for those that wants to ask one question or the other regarding this career I've made mention of, you can call into 070-4700-3969 or you call into 070-4700-2969. Fún ẹ̀yin tí ẹ fẹ́ pè ẹ ní ìbéèrè kan àbí òmíràn tẹ́ ẹ dẹ̀ fẹ́ pè tẹ́ ẹ nílò kí n dáhùn àwọn ìbéèrè yín, ẹ lè pè wá sí orí 070-4700-3969 tàbí kí ẹ pè sórí 070-4700-2969. Iṣẹ́ míì tí a tún fẹ́ yẹ̀wò tí ọmọ yín lè ṣe òun ni iṣẹ́ àwọn tó wà nípa bí a ṣe ń rìnrìn àjò. Nínú ìrìn àjò yìí fún àwọn tó ń rìnrìn àjò orí afẹ́fẹ́, airplane, aviation industry, and àwọn tó wà ní ilé iṣẹ́ yìí, àwọn náà ni wọ́n máa ń mú yàn kiri. Ẹ fẹ́ lọ sí ibi àwọn tẹ́ ti rí àwọn ohun tẹ́ kì í rí lójoojúmọ́. Àwọn èèyàn yìí náà ló wà ní in charge. Àwọn èèyàn yìí lè mú yín lọ sí Ọ̀ṣun state. Ẹ rí àwọn different places, àwọn ibi ìṣẹ̀ǹbáyé wa. Ẹ rí, ẹ fẹ́ lọ sí ibi tí omi gbígbóná àti omi tútù tí ó ti pàdé. Àwọn èèyàn yìí náà ni ó mú yín lọ sí ibẹ̀. Àwọn náà wà nípa kẹ́ ẹ máa rí àwọn ohun mèremère. Ẹ fẹ́ lọ sí àwọn ibi tí ẹ dé rí. Àwọn iṣẹ́ yìí, àwọn tó wà níbi iṣẹ́ yìí náà ni wọ́n mú yín lọ sí ibẹ̀. So like I'm saying, for tourism industry, these are the people in charge of what? Air transportation system. They manage and they operate this air transportation system. They help you in terms of taking you on tours. Any state you want to go into, you want to see things you've not seen before, you want to visit places that you've not visited before, and these places are not just ordinary places. These places are places you are going to get a new different kind of experience that is different from things that you get on a regular basis. And what do you need? Also, this particular career, it is not necessarily that you have to study a specific course in the university. However, if you study some courses, you can have advantage, it can give you a leverage over others. But however, this is a course whereby taking certification in the aviation industry can get you a job or can get you started in this particular career. So it simply means that whether you want your child to go into science class, art class, or commercial class, it doesn't matter, regardless of the course, whether they finish or they study agriculture, they study computer science, they study basic edu, they study any, regardless of the course. This is a field, this is a career that they can transition into regardless of their course. So nǹkan tí mò ń sọ náà lédè kúkúrú ni wípé bóyá ọmọ yín ka iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ ni o, bóyá ọmọ yín o, bóyá computer science ló kà ó lè ṣe iṣẹ́ ní àwọn ilé iṣẹ́ tí ó ń ṣe iṣẹ́ ìrìn àjò àti òfurufú. Ó lè ṣiṣẹ́ níbẹ̀, ní ó kàn nílò láti gba ìwé ẹ̀rí, ó nílò láti gba ìwé ẹ̀rí. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ibi náà ló sì ti lè gba àwọn ìwé ẹ̀rí wọ̀nyí, àmọ́ kò di dandan kí ọmọ yín kí ó ka sáyẹ́ǹsì o àbí kọ́másì o àbí áàtì o. Ohunkóhun ìwé tí ó bá wù kí ọmọ yín kà, ó lè ṣe iṣẹ́ ní ilé iṣẹ́ yìí, ó lè ṣe iṣẹ́ ní ilé iṣẹ́ yìí. Tí ẹ bá ní ìbéèrè tí ẹ fẹ́ béèrè, ẹ pè wá sí orí aago 07047003969 àbí kí ẹ pè sí 07047002969. Màmá retí ìpè yín, á sáré lọ fún ìkéde ráńpẹ́. My listeners, you can still join us live on Facebook at Oxygen FM 96.9. On Facebook, you can join this program and watch us live and direct from the studio without mincing words together. Join us on Facebook at Oxygen FM 96.9. We are presently at Okeado, Ibadan. So the next career I'll be looking at is the growth officer, or you call them growth manager. This particular career, it's an amazing career because this is a field I also find myself and I enjoy very, 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 very much, because the growth officer or the growth manager, that particular role in an organization is so important because it is the career, or it is the role that answers so many questions. This is the person they look up to in the career when the revenue is low. When there is no customer, this is the person they look up to. This is the person that must answer every critical question. If there is no revenue, you face this person. Why is the revenue low? And this person must provide an answer to every question. Why are we not making sales? This person must answer the question. Why are the customer only coming to buy once and they are not coming back? This particular person is the one in charge to answer this question. So any company that wants to grow, any company that wants to expand, any company that wants to do well must have a growth manager. When you see all these banks, when you see all these big companies, they have a growth manager, someone whose primary assignment is to ensure that the company is growing. Not just growing in terms of revenue, is growing in terms of users, is growing in terms of ideas, is growing in terms of every aspect of the company that needs growth. So the person is interested in the overall business performance. The person is interested in the growth, both financially, in terms of staff, in terms of everything that needs to work. So companies are investing heavily on who is growth manager, on hiring growth manager. And the interesting thing about this role is that you don't necessarily have to study a particular course. You don't necessarily have to go, whether you're a science student, whether you're a commercial student, whether you're an art student. You don't necessarily have to be any of these. Once you are a graduate, you can become a growth manager, provided that you have problem solving skills. It is not just enough that you are a graduate, you must be able to solve problems, because that's what we do in this particular industry. We solve problems. When we find ourselves in a place, we ask questions that the regular person might not be able to ask. And even if they ask the question, they might not have the capacity to answer that question. So when I get to a place, I ask myself, why are we not having users? Why are we not having new customers? And I must provide answer. And when the company look out that, they check their record and they see that the company is not growing for the past few months, what is happening? Our income is reducing. Then they look out for the growth officer. They look after the growth manager and ask question, why is our income reducing? And the growth officer must answer and also provide solution to that particular problem. And in terms of providing solution, the growth officer have to carry out research, because we make decisions based on data. Your decision must be data driven. We don't make decisions based on assumptions. We make decisions based on fact, and fact only comes because of research. I don't want to spend too much time on this particular career because I enjoy discussing about this career, because this is a career people are overlooking. This is a career some people doesn't even know that a career is called growth officer as a career. So this is a career you can chase if you have problem solving skills, if you are interested in providing solutions, if you are interested in growth, you are interested in ensuring that a company is growing, a company is doing well, you can function in any industry, be it production industry, be it fintech, be it broadcasting industry. So far the industry is interested in growth, you can function well. So like I said, you don't necessarily have to study a particular course. Fún ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ mi ní Yorùbá, ẹ̀yin tiwantiwa, ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń wò wípé kí ni mò ń sọ ní èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì, iṣẹ́ tí mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa rẹ̀ ni iṣẹ́ growth officer. Tá bá dẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa growth officer, ẹni yìí ni ó wà ní ilé iṣẹ́ tó dẹ̀ ń ṣe ní ilé iṣẹ́ ni wípé ó wà nípa ìlọsíwájú ilé iṣẹ́. Ní àpẹẹrẹ tí ilé iṣẹ́ kan bá wà, wọn ní lọ síwájú, àwọn èèyàn ò wá ra ọjà tí wọ́n ń tà. Wọ́n wo ìwé wọn, wọ́n sì rí wípé owó tí ó ń wọlé ó ń lọ sílẹ̀ lọ́sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀. A pa mílíọ̀nù 10 ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá. Ní ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí a pa mílíọ̀nù 8. Wọ́n sì tún wò pé mílíọ̀nù, tá bá ṣe ń wo ọ̀sẹ̀ tí ó ń bọ̀ yìí a lè pa mílíọ̀nù 6. Wọ́n wá rí wípé owó tí ó ń wọlé ó ń lọ sílẹ̀ ní ojoojúmọ́. Wọ́n nílò ẹnìkan tí ó dáhùn ìbéèrè wípé kí ló dé tí owó tí ó ń wọlé, kí ló dé tí ó ń lọ sí ilẹ̀, kí ló dé tí àwọn èèyàn ra nǹkan tí à ń tà. Growth officer ni ẹni náà tí ó ní ìdáhùn sí àwọn ìbéèrè tí iléeṣẹ́ ó máa béèrè. Ìdí yìí ni a rí wípé iṣẹ́ yìí ó jẹ́ iṣẹ́ tí ó ṣe kókó. Kò sí iléeṣẹ́ kan tí ó fẹ́ gbòòrò tí ò ní nílò growth officer. So àwọn èèyàn ò sì mọ̀ wípé iṣẹ́ kan wà tán ń pè ní growth officer àbí growth manager. Nítorí náà àwọn èèyàn ò lọ fún iṣẹ́ yìí. Mo wálé ní fún yín láti mọ̀ wípé ẹ lè jẹ́ kí ọmọ yín kí ó lépa láti di growth officer. Nǹkan kan sì wà nípa iṣẹ́ yìí ni wípé kò ṣe dandan wípé ọmọ yín nílò láti lọ fún ẹ̀kọ́ ilé àbí ẹ̀kọ́ yìí. Irọ́ o, tí ọmọ yín bá ti jáde iléèwé gíga, ó lè di growth officer àbí kó di growth manager nípasẹ̀ pé ọmọ yín ó nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí àti máa dáhùn, ọmọ yín nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí àti máa dojúkọ àwọn ìṣòro tí ó bá le. Ọmọ yín sì lè ṣẹ́gun àwọn ìṣòro yìí nípasẹ̀ wípé ọmọ yín ní ìgboyà láti dojúkọ àwọn ìṣòro yìí. And àwọn ìṣòro yìí kò ń ṣe àwọn ìṣòro pé ó ń jagun o, kò ń ṣe àwọn ìṣòro pé ọmọ yín yóò lọ jà, yóò nílò ìbọn, ọkọ́ àti àdá láti jà. Irọ́, àwọn ìṣòro tí ó ń dojúkọ ilé iṣẹ́, ọmọ yín lè jókòó, ó lè ronú jinlẹ̀. Ọmọ yín lè wò wípé nǹkan báyìí ló ń ṣe iléeṣẹ́ yìí. Ọmọ yín sì lè sọ pé tí iléeṣẹ́ yìí bá lè ṣe báyìí, tí ó bá lè ṣe báyìí, tí ó bá lè tọ̀ báyìí, tí ó bá lè rìn báyìí, wọ́n ò lè àwọn ọmọ yín yóò lè sọ fún iléeṣẹ́ pé nǹkan tí ó ń ṣe yín lélẹ̀. Ọmọ yín ó sì lè sọ wípé nǹkan báyìí ni kí wọ́n ṣe láti fi kúrò nínú àwọn ìṣòro tí ó ń dojúkọ iléeṣẹ́. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ sì ṣe mọ̀, gbogbo iléeṣẹ́ ló ń dojúkọ ìṣòro kan àbí èmíràn. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ dẹ̀ ṣe mọ̀ ní pé gbogbo iléeṣẹ́ ló láǹfààní láti gbòòrò, gbogbo iléeṣẹ́ ló fẹ́ débi gíga, gbogbo iléeṣẹ́ ló fẹ́ ṣoríire ní iléeṣẹ́ wọn. So gbogbo iléeṣẹ́ náà sì ni ó ń wá ẹni tí yóò ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ láti di gbogbo ohun tí wọ́n fẹ́ dì. So èyí ni ráńpẹ́ nípa growth officer, iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ń ṣe nìyẹn. Iṣẹ́ míì tí a máa wò ní iṣẹ́ accounting. A wo iṣẹ́ tó ń pè ní accounting. Iṣẹ́ àkáǹtì, iṣẹ́ owó ni, ilé owó ni. Kò sí bá ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ iṣẹ́ àwọn tí ó ń kawó tá sì ní sọ̀rọ̀ owó. Kò dẹ̀ sí ilé iṣẹ́ tí ó wà ní ayé tí kò nílò àkántàǹtì because of kò sí iléeṣẹ́ tí ẹ máa rí ní òde òní tí kò nílò àkántàǹtì, torí gbogbo iléeṣẹ́ wọ́n dá iléeṣẹ́ lẹ̀ láti ṣe kíni, láti rí owó ni. Kò sí iléeṣẹ́ kan tí ò nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí owó. Tẹ́ bá rí iléeṣẹ́ ẹ rí owó, méjèèjì jọ rìn pọ̀ ni. Iléeṣẹ́ tó bá dẹ̀ ti ń díìlì, iléeṣẹ́ tó bá dẹ̀ ti ń ṣe pẹ̀lú owó, wọ́n nídìí ẹni tí ó mọ̀ bá wọn ka owó. Wọ́n nídìí ẹni tí ó mọ̀ sọ fún wọn pé owó tó wọlé lónìí yìí o, a rí èrè ń bẹ̀. Torí wípé kò tó fún iléeṣẹ́ láti pa owó wọlé, kò tó nìkan pé wọ́n pa owó, wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ rí pé àwọn pa owó wọ́n sì rí èrè. Torí pé kò ń ṣe gbogbo owó tí wọ́n pa ní èrè. Àwọn owó kan wà, owó iṣẹ́ ohun tí wọ́n tà ni. Mò ń ta oúnjẹ, mo gbọ́dọ̀ rí owó tí yóò dí oúnjẹ tí ń tà lọ́la. Mo lọ ra ráìsì lọ́jà, mo ra ata, mo ra epo, mo ra iyọ̀ ní 10,000. Mo fíìlì gáàsì, afẹ́fẹ́ gáàsì, mo fíìlì ẹ̀gbà tí mo ṣí gbogbo owó tí mo ná láti ṣe oúnjẹ lónìí. Ó jẹ́ 10,000. Nígbà tí mo ta oúnjẹ ọ̀hún, mo wá pa 10,000. Mi ò tí ì rí èrè torí pé owó tí mo pa, owó ọjà tí mo ṣe ni. So iléeṣẹ́ nílò láti mọ̀ wípé wọ́n pa owó, wọ́n sì rí èrè. Ẹni yìí ló máa sọ fún iléeṣẹ́ pé gbogbo owó tí a pa lónìí yìí o, a rí èrè ń bẹ̀ o, àbí a rí èrè o. Owó tí wọ́n sì san fún ìjọba náà, ẹni yìí ló mọ àpájúdé rẹ̀. Ẹni yìí náà ni ó sọ fún wọn wípé a fún ìjọba ní iye báyìí, torí gbogbo iléeṣẹ́ ló nílò láti san táàksì owó orí fún ìjọba. Ẹni yìí náà ni ó fún wọn ní àmọ̀ràn. Ẹni yìí náà ni ó sọ fún wọn pé báyìí ni ká ṣe ṣe o, báyìí ni ká ṣe ṣe o. Kò sì sí iléeṣẹ́ tí ò nílò àkáǹtì. Ní tí a bá wò gan ní pàtó, ara iṣẹ́ tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn ń ṣe ní òní yìí ó já sí iṣẹ́ accounting. Gbogbo àwọn tó ka ìwé engineering o, àwọn tó ka biology o, àwọn tó ka education, gbogbo wọn ní ìsìn wọ́n ti ń sá wá sí iṣẹ́ accounting torí wọ́n rí wípé owó wà ń bẹ̀. Torí a rí pé kò sí iléeṣẹ́ kan tí ò nílò àkántàǹtì. Ìdí yìí la ṣe rí pé gbogbo ọmọ ayé òde òní ní ìsìn wọ́n ń sá lọ sí ìdí iṣẹ́ àkáǹtì. Tẹ́ bá fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ọmọ yín kó lọ sí ìdí iṣẹ́ àkáǹtì, ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kí ọmọ yín lọ sí commercial class. Torí ní commercial class wọ́n ó kọ́ wọn ní gbogbo ọgbọ́n, wọ́n ó kọ́ wọn ní gbogbo ìmọ̀ nípa bí a ṣe ń ṣe owó, gbogbo nǹkan tó yẹ kán mọ̀ nípa iṣẹ́ accounting. Àti secondary school ni wọ́n ti máa kọ́ wọn ní díẹ̀. So ìwọ tó bá fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ọmọ rẹ kó di accountant lọ́la, tètè jẹ́ kí ó lọ sí commercial class. Tó bá sì ti parí nílé ìwé gíga, ó lè ka ìwé accounting, ó lè ṣe audit, ó lè ka oríṣiríṣi ìwé. Ìwọ tó rí pé ọmọ rẹ fẹ́ràn owó, jẹ́ kó tètè lọ sí commercial class láti tètè lọ máa ṣe iṣẹ́ accountant. And in simpler terms, what I'm trying to say is that accountancy is now a career that most people are looking into now. In 2026, a lot of people are taking ICAN exams so that they can transition into the accountancy profession, and that's because of presently there is no company in the world. This is not even only about Nigeria. There is no company that does not need an accountant, because every company primary aim is to make profit. Every company primary aim is to make profit, and in terms of profit, they need a professional that can tell them that, oh, they are making profit. They need a professional that can analyze their financial record and tell them if truly they are making profit. So it simply means that what accounting is a field that is relevant before, and it is relevant now, and will continue to be relevant. This is a field that forever it will be relevant. So far there is business, accountancy field is what will be always be relevant. So far there is business, there will be a need for accountants. So it simply means that this is a field you can look into. You can transition into the accountancy field by taking some certification, which includes ICANN and some other certification that is needed. So you can allow your child to start from commercial class, because the commercial class is a class that will give them the needed knowledge, the basic knowledge your child needs to become an accountant. Also, let's look at the next course. We are going to be looking at another beautiful and amazing course. We've looked at accounting, one of the careers we are going to be looking at. And before I look at the next career, I will need you to call if you have questions. The studio line remains 070-4700-3969. 070-4700-2969. ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fẹ́ pè wá, ẹ pè wá sí orí 070-4700-3969. ẹ̀yin òbí tí ẹ ní ìbéèrè, ẹ ń wò pé ẹ fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ọmọ yín kó ṣe iṣẹ́ báyìí, ẹ sì mọ ọ̀nà tí ẹ gbégbà, ẹ ti ń rájú pé ṣé kọ́mọ yìí kó di dókítà lọ́la ni, ṣé kọ́mọ yìí kó di lọ́ọ̀yà ni, kó di agbẹjọ́rò. Ẹ wò pé ṣé kọ́mọ yìí kó ṣe àwọn iṣẹ́ ìgbàlódé tí àwọn ọmọ òde òní ń ṣe. ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá sì mọ̀ àwọn iṣẹ́ òde òní táwọn ọmọ ìsìn yìí ń ṣe, ó jáwó lórí o lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀. Àǹfààní kan sì wà nínú àwọn iṣẹ́ òde òní ni wípé ọmọ yín lè ṣiṣẹ́ láti ilé. Kò di dandan pé ọmọ yín ó mọ jáde nílé ní aago 8, yóò mọ wọlé láago 6, láago 7. Àwọn ọmọ ayé òde òní ní ìsìn wọn ò jókòó sí ilé ni, wọ́n mọ tẹ kọ̀ǹpútà, wọ́n ra data, wọ́n mọ ṣiṣẹ́ látòrí láptọ̀pù wọn, látòrí fóònù wọn. Ibẹ̀ làwọn ọmọ ayé òde òní ti ń ṣiṣẹ́. So ní ìsìn ẹ wá ń rò pé èwo ni kí àwọn ọmọ yín ṣe. Òun náà la ṣe gbé ètò yìí kalẹ̀ láti tọ́ yín sọ́nà, láti sọ fún yín bí ẹ ṣe tí ọmọ yín ó fi di nǹkan tí ó fẹ́ dà. Ẹ mọ̀ ṣe kó ọmọ yín ní pápá pé dandan iṣẹ́ yìí ni kò ṣe o. Mo ti gbọ́ lórí ètò wípé agbẹjọ́rò wọ́n ń pa owó ńlá, àwọn àkántàǹtì wọ́n ń pa owó ńlá. Kẹ́ wá sọ pé dandan kí ọmọ yín kó di àkántàǹtì. Irọ́ o. A kàn sọ wípé ẹ wo ọmọ yín dáadáa. Ó ní àwọn ọmọ kan tẹ́ bá ti wò, ẹ ti rí súrà wọn, ẹ ti rí wípé ọmọ yìí pẹ̀lú àwọn ìwà tí ó ń wù ní ìsìn yìí, ó dáa kí ọmọ yìí yóò ṣoríire tó bá lọ fún àkántàǹtì, yóò ṣoríire tó bá lọ fún lọ́ọ̀yà. Ẹ rí i pé ọmọ yín nílé, tí ẹ bá fún gbogbo àwọn ọmọ yín ní owó ní fún àpẹẹrẹ ní ìsìn, ẹ rí i pé ọmọ kan yìí eléyìí tiẹ̀ kó náwó bí àwọn ọmọ yòókù ṣe ń ná, yóò tọ́jú owó tiẹ̀ ni, yóò rọra máa yọ ná díẹ̀. Kò ń gbàgbé ibi tó fowó pamọ́ sí, yóò mọ ṣe calculation ní orí rẹ̀, yóò mọ calculate bí owó náà ṣe ń lọ. Àwọn àpẹẹrẹ yìí ni ó wà tọ́ka sí pé ó dà pé ọmọ yìí yóò ṣoríire tó bá lọ fún àwọn iṣẹ́ tó nílò láti ṣe pẹ̀lú owó. Àmọ́ ká ní pé ọmọ tí ẹ̀yin ní nílé nìsín, ọmọ tó fẹ́ràn láti máa wo àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ àbí ẹni rédíò lé, ọmọ yìí kẹ́ tó lajú kẹ́ tó ṣí, ẹ rí wípé ọmọ yìí ó ti tú àwọn rédíò tẹ́ nílé, ó ti tú ká. Ẹ sì rí pé ó tún ti tún ṣe. Nǹkan díẹ̀ bàjẹ́ ńlé, tẹlifíṣàn yín nǹkan mu ni o, rédíò yín ò sọ̀rọ̀ ni o, sẹ́ẹ̀tì yín ò ṣe ni. Ẹ rí pé ọmọ yín kẹ́ tó lajú kẹ́ tó dijú kẹ́ tó lajú, ó ti bá yín tún àwọn kinní yìí ṣe. Àwọn nǹkan díẹ̀ bàjẹ́ ńlé bí iná, bí sọ́kẹ́ẹ̀tì, ọmọ yín ti ṣe. Èyí jẹ́ àwọn nǹkan tí ẹ lè wò tí ó ràn yín lọ́wọ́, nǹkan tẹ́lẹ̀ fi wò pé ọmọ yìí yóò di ẹnjìníà lọ́la o pẹ̀lú bó ṣe ń lọ yìí. Àwọn nǹkan tí ẹ fojú sí lélẹ̀ tí ẹ fi wá wò pé jẹ́ kí n tètè máa tọ́ ọmọ yìí ní ọ̀nà tí ó tọ́ àti ọ̀nà tí ó yẹ, torí wípé kò ń ṣe pé ọmọ yín kàn lè dédé mọ́ lọ sí ilé ẹ̀kọ́ pé ó jẹ́ science class, ó wà ní art class, ó wà ní commercial class. Nǹkan tí ó dì lọ́la kíláàsì tí ó bá lọ ó ṣe kókó. Tọ́mọ yín bá fẹ́ di dókítà ó gbúdọ̀ lọ science class, kò gbúdọ̀ lọ art class, torí wípé ọ̀nà iṣẹ́ ọ̀hún kò papọ̀. Ìtúrẹ̀ náà la ṣe wá ń tọ́ yín sọ́nà sódà ẹ ní ṣì àwọn ọmọ yín lọ́nà, ẹ lè ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́. Ẹ ti rí àwọn àmì àti àpẹẹrẹ lára ọmọ yín fún àwọn iṣẹ́ tí ó lè ṣe. Ẹ dẹ̀ ń wò pé torí àwọn àmì tí ẹ̀ ń rí yìí kẹ́ ẹ tètè máa tọ́ ọmọ yín ní ọ̀nà tí ó yẹ kí ó lọ. Ìtorí ẹ̀ ni a ṣe gbé ètò yìí kalẹ̀. A lọ fún ìkéde ráńpẹ́. A ó padà. Ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá ní ìbéèrè ẹ pè sórí 07047003969 tàbí kí ẹ pè sórí 07047002969. The Compass program on Oxygen FM 96.9, the station whereby we inform, inspire and ignite you. All right, fún ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá ní ìbéèrè ẹ má gbàgbé ẹ lè pè wá sí orí programu wa 07047003969. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo dẹ̀ ṣe ń sọ lọ ni wípé a gbé ètò yìí kalẹ̀ láti tọ́ yín sọ́nà, ẹ̀yin òbí wa àti ẹ̀yin tó jẹ́ pé ẹ ti ka ìwé tán, ẹ dẹ̀ ń wò wípé báwo ni ẹ ṣe fẹ́ ṣe, ẹ ti ń wáṣẹ́, ẹ ríṣẹ́, ẹ wá ń gbèrò, ẹ ń ní lérò wípé bí a kẹ́ wá iṣẹ́ míì ṣe. Àwa wá láti wá tọ́ yín pé ẹ lè ṣe iṣẹ́ míì. Àwọn iṣẹ́ kan wà tó jẹ́ pé ẹ lọ sí iléèwé gíga láti kọ́ iṣẹ́ náà, àmọ́ tẹ́ bá ti ka ìwé tán ẹ sì lè ṣe àwọn iṣẹ́ yìí. Ẹ kàn nílò láti gba ìwé ẹ̀rí. Àwọn ìwé ẹ̀rí yìí ò sì kí ń pẹ́, kò ń ṣe àwọn ìwé ẹ̀rí ọlọ́dún 5, kò ń ṣe ìwé ẹ̀rí ọlọ́dún 10. Àwọn ìwé ẹ̀rí yìí nǹkan tẹ́ lè ṣe ìmí ẹ lè ṣe lóṣù 6. Àwọn ìwé ẹ̀rí mi wà tẹ́ pé tẹ́ bá fẹ́ gbà ẹ lè ṣe lóṣù 3. Àwọn ìwé ẹ̀rí mi wà ọlọ́dún kan ni. Bí ibi tẹ́ bá ti fẹ́ lọ, iṣẹ́ tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe, òun ni yóò sọ iye oṣù èyí tí ẹ fi ṣe, tẹ́ fi gba ìwé ẹ̀rí náà. Tẹ́ bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí láti ṣe àwọn iṣẹ́ wọ̀nyí, ẹ lọ sí orí ayélujára, ẹ lè rí àwọn ibi tí ẹ ti lọ gba àwọn ìwé ẹ̀rí wọ̀nyí. Ẹ̀yin òbí tí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ mi, gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe sọ, ẹ fi ojú sí àwọn ọmọ yín, ẹ wò wọ́n. Láti kékeré ni èèyàn ti máa ń mọ in tí ọmọ rẹ̀ ó dà. Ẹ ti mọ rí àwọn àpẹẹrẹ bí Ọlọ́run ṣe dá wa nìyẹn. Ẹ ti mọ rí ọmọ ẹni tí ó jẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́la. Ẹ ti rí láti kékeré pé ọmọ yìí ó nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí láti máa sọ̀rọ̀. Táwọn yòókù bá sọ̀rọ̀ díẹ̀ tó ti rẹ̀ wọ́n, irú ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yóò mọ sọ̀rọ̀ lọ ni, kò ní dákẹ́, yóò mọ sọ̀rọ̀ lọ ni. Ẹ ti rí àwọn àpẹẹrẹ yìí, ẹ ti rí àwọn àmì yìí lára àwọn ọmọ yín. Ó sì jẹ́ nǹkan tí ó yẹ kí a pe àkíyèsí yín sí. Kò yẹ kí ẹ máa fojú fo àwọn àmì tí ẹ ń rí lára àwọn ọmọ yín. Ẹ má ṣe fojú fo, torí wípé àwọn àmì yìí ó ń sọ púpọ̀ nípa ọjọ́ ọ̀la àwọn ọmọ yín. Bọ́jọ́ ọ̀la àwọn ọmọ yín ó ṣe rí àti àná àti òní lẹ́ẹ̀tì mọ́lẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀. Ẹ ní dúró de ìgbà tọmọ yín bá wá pé 20 ọdún àbí ó wá pé 20 ọdún ẹ wá ṣe ń rò pé kí wá ni ọmọ yìí yóò dà lọ́la. Rárá o, ẹ̀yin òbí, àti sin yìí lẹ́ẹ̀tì mọ́ wò, àti sin yìí lẹ́ẹ̀tì máa rò. So parents out there, what I'm trying to say is that it is from now you are going to start paying attention to your child. Don't wait until the child is 20, until the child is 22 or 23 before you start paying close attention to them. No, it's from now. The child that will become a doctor, the one that will become an engineer, the one that will become a broadcaster, you start noticing those signs so that you can start guiding the child on the right path. And that's why we are here to give you the roadmap that you need for your child to succeed or to be successful in a particular career, and we've looked at the legal profession, we've looked at the HR profession, we've looked into accounting, the finance profession, we've looked into growth officer, we've looked into the aviation and tourism industry. We'll be able to guide you on which course they can study in the university. I've been able to let you understand that each course has its own basic foundation, whether it is in science class, whether it is in commercial class, whether it is in art class, because this particular class is where they start building the foundational knowledge such a child needs, because everything your child is going to be learning in the higher institution, everything starts from the basic knowledge they know from secondary school, because higher institution is continuation. They are going to build on what they have from secondary school, in fact from junior secondary school. So that's why it is important that what you guide your child accurately, you guide your child and direct them to go to the right class right from the secondary school. So this is an opportunity for you to learn. It is an opportunity for you to pay attention. It is an opportunity for you to guide your child in the right direction. And we are about going, because we have come to the end of today's program, and our studio lines remain 070-4700-3969, or you call to 070-4700-2969. The Compass program is here to enlighten you. The Compass program is here to guide and to direct you in terms of career choosing. When you are choosing career for your child, we let you understand that this is how you can guide your child. And like I said earlier, don't enforce a profession, don't enforce a career on your child. Allow them to enjoy that particular career. Allow them to naturally have flair for that career. Your own role is to guide them. Your own role is to just be a guardian. Your own role is to just ensure that this child is interested in becoming a doctor. Your role is to now ensure that you are guiding the child. Also, your role can involve identifying that particular career your child is going to perform well in. You have the experience as their parent. You are seeing your child. You already know that this child is going to do well if this child become this and that and that. So now is the time for you to start paying attention to your child. Thank you so much for listening to the Compass program on Oxygen FM 96.9. This is the program whereby we inform, we inspire, and ignite you in terms of your career. We inform you about different careers that are relevant in 2026, and also this is the program whereby we inspire you. We let you know that you can go for this course, because you can go for this career, because it's not all career you go to the university to study. There are some that you have to take certification. There are some that it is just your skill. There are some that it is just your personality that will make you succeed in that career, not necessarily the certificate. And that is why we are here to inspire you, and also we are here to ignite that particular skill that you need. We are here to ignite that knowledge you need to know. Now is the time for you to understand that so I can help my child. So you have to know that your role is not to enforce. Your role is to help your child. Your role is to help your children to become successful later in the future. Thank you for joining the program this afternoon on Oxygen FM 96.9. We are located at Okeado, Ibadan. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. We are going to see same time next week by 3 p.m. Thank you so much. Oxygen FM, the Compass program.